Hi everyone, I am Bhumika Rathi. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, we are doing practices for competitive exams in which I am going to cover your English grammar at the very first. And here we are continuing a topic, articles. In today's topic, we are going to see use of article according to the subject verb agreement. So this is the last topic that we are covering for articles, and it is very important. So in the rule number 1 we have same person is there, so one article will be used. If two or more nouns are used for the same person, so we will use the before the first noun only. This is very important. This rule I already taught you when I was teaching you the rules of pronouns. In that you can see we have covered subject verb agreement, and here we are seeing the use of article with them. Alright, so here we have an example. The secretary was present there. So here we have two nouns. First is secretary and the second is treasurer, and it is used for one person only. How do we get to know? We have only used article the before the first noun only. Alright, if these words are used for single person and article the is there, so we will use was. Alright, singular form of verb will be there. Then we have the director and the producer. So here director and producer, these words are used for the same person only, so we have used the. And here you can see has been used. Has come for shooting. Alright. Then we have if two different persons are there, so we will use two articles. But if two different persons are referred, the is used before each designation. For example, the secretary and the treasurer were present there. So here the secretary is one person and second person is the treasurer. Here we have two different persons, but here in this sentence we have only one person, and for that person we have used two nouns. Alright, but here we have used singular form, but here we will use plural form of verb. Alright, now moving on. Now we will see the difference between article a or n and one. This is very important. A or n is an article where is an adjective. For rates and expression like per day, per week, per kilo, price or rate is there, we will use a. We will not use one. For example, 10 rupees a kilo. So here per kilo we have used a article a over here. Alright, then we have 4 times a day. Alright, per day. Then we have 60 kilometers an hour. Per hour, so we will use n. Alright, the pronunciation of this word you have to see, then according to that we will use a or n. Then we have 12 rupees a dozen, per dozen. Alright, here we have next rule which says different meanings. When a and one are used with a noun, they give a different meaning. A or n can also mean any or every. This is important. For example, one cow is not enough for the family's requirement. It means we need more than one, like two or more. Alright. Then we have a cow is a useful animal. So here a cow means all the cows are useful. Any species of the cow. Alright. Now moving on. Here we have with another and other, we will use one. We will not use article a or n. For example, one student wants to study, another wants to play. So here one student, it means we are having a single student over here. Alright. Then we have one day he comes and the other day he doesn't. Alright. So here we can see the use of one. Then we have whenever we have particular time or event, one can be used before day, week, month, year, summer or winter, etc., referring to a particular time or event. For example, one night there was a terrible storm. Alright, so here night, along with this we have used one. Then we have one day, as you can see here. One day came to the Sita's cottage. One day is used in the sense of sometime. For example, one day you will realize your mistake. Sometime or someday you will realize your mistake, what you have done. Alright, then we have one day you will feel sorry what you have done. Alright, and the last one that we have for today is pronoun uses. One is also used like a pronoun similar to a or n. For example, did you get any birth? Yes, I managed to get one. So here one birth is there. I got one birth. So here we can see the one is behaving as pronoun. Alright, then we have, do you know the plural of one? The plural of one is in this usage is some. So for example, we have, did you get birds for your party workers? Yes, I managed to get some. So here some is behaving as a pronoun which is plural of one. And the last one, when we have to avoid repetition, we use one. For example, the pronoun one is used to avoid the repetition in the noun. For example, this car is better than that one. Alright, so the new car is better than the old one, we can see. Alright, so this is all for today. Meet in the next video. Thank you.